Hi everyone, welcome to Mike's Classic Auto World. On today's road trip, we're going to look at a 2021 Ford GT Heritage Edition. I have Bill here. Bill is the owner. Thank you, Bill, very much for showing us your car. This is a fabulous car. This is the Heritage Edition. Let me say that again, the Heritage Edition. All of them came in this color scheme?
Yes, there are approximately 50 of these cars made in 2021 in this livery. It's basically a tribute to Ken Miles, a car that he drove in 1966 to victory at the 24 Hours of Daytona.
Okay.
Basically, the car is about as pretty close to a rendition of the color scheme that he had, the markings and so forth. It's about as close as you can get and still be a street legal car. Basically, the Ford GT is in fact a street version of the race car that Ford drove in 2016 to commemorate the 50th anniversary of their win in 1966.
Now these wheels, they've got like a gold hue to them.
That's
correct. They all
Yeah.
came that way?
There was an option where you could get carbon fiber wheels that would be in black. However, the gold wheels are, again, a tribute to the heritage. The wheels on the car in 1966 were gold. I believe they were actually slightly lighter, but they were in fact gold. When I purchased the car, I thought that they were a truer rendition for the car as it ran, so I preferred to have the gold wheels.
Yeah, well, it looks beautiful.
Thank you.
It's a great color scheme. And they all, correct me if I'm wrong, they all came with the number 98?
That's correct. That was a number that Ken Miles used often in his various races for Carroll Shelby and the Ford Motor.
Okay.
It was not exclusive. He did run other numbers on other cars, but he did run the number 98 quite often.
So do all Heritage Editions have 98 then?
In this particular version, yes.
Okay.
Ford made a Heritage Edition for each of the years that they produced this GT, which is from 2017 to 22. Each car, in effect, was a tribute to some aspect of the racing heritage of the Ford GT. So that's why it's called a Heritage. You know, these are a limited version of a limited number of cars that were produced each year.
Can we open it up?
Certainly. A different door swing from the 1966 car, which basically had doors that swing out that way.
Yeah.
I have a 2006 GT also, and you learn very quickly not to stand up under that door. I can tell you why.
You hit your head on it.
This is quite a bit easier to get out of, and that's a good thing.
This is cool. Now, explain to me, if you could, the adjustment of the seat. Does the whole seat move back and forth, or does the column?
No, the seat does not move at all. It is not adjustable. There's what we call a pedal box. If you can see the pedals, the box is what moves.
Okay.
So there's an adjustment where you can make the pedal box move forward.
So they come to you.
They come to you to adjust, hopefully, for a comfortable position.
Yeah, you can see that box, as you call it.
Yep.
And that's what moves to your to meet your feet, I guess.
Yep. The steering wheel is adjustable too, so that helps get you a comfortable position. You'll note that the steering wheel has quite a number of buttons on it.
Yeah, it does.
Not so many, certainly, as a modern Formula One car, but it's kind of in that theme.
Yeah.
Certainly nothing like the 2006, and obviously nothing like the 1966 model. You can also see the paddle shifters on each side, one for upshift and downshift. It's a 7-speed dual clutch transmission. You can either run it as an automatic or shift it yourself. I prefer just to run it as an automatic.
Okay.
I'm an old guy, so I actually like this car, if you will, somewhat better than my 66, but because I can just get in it and push the button and go. I don't have to worry about gear shifts and burning up a clutch and sitting on a hill and all that good kind of stuff. I still like the 06. I drive it, but these days I'm preferring to drive this one. I love to take it to car shows because most people have never seen one. Most people have never seen a new GT, let alone a Heritage Edition.
Yes.
And my son brings the 06, which is red with white stripes and all the options. So between the two cars, we attract a lot of attention.
I bet you do.
We really enjoy sharing the knowledge and experience
Well,
of the car with people.
I'm thrilled that you're spending some time with me, allowing me to video your car. It's not every day you see an 0506 GT, let alone a new one.
True.
And in a Heritage Edition as well.
Yep. There were roughly 4,000 2005, 2006 GTs made. The number for the 17 to 22 is 1,350.
Okay.
So you can see there's a limited amount available for sure.
Yes.
I feel very, very thrilled, and
very
honored
lucky to have
be
one.
Selected. Exactly. I'm
Yeah.
very honored to be selected to have a piece of history and a throwback to history.
Can we pop the bonnet, I guess, so we look under the front?
Sure.
How does that work? Okay. There's a lever in there?
The lever in there.
Okay. I can tell already.
It's being obstinate. There you go.
I can tell already there's not a lot of room.
Well, yeah, this is basically all the mechanical, hydraulic parts associated with the suspension. The car does go up and down. It goes down about 2 inches off the ground for what they call a track mode. It goes up in the front to help you get over bumps, which is
driveways
a good
and
thing
aprons and
because,
stuff.
yes, it has a very limited ground clearance. So that's basically what you have up here.
You can see the cooling fans in there.
Yep.
So this is where all the hydraulics are housed, basically.
Basically, yep.
You can see these cooling fans. How cool is that?
It is not a front. There is no luggage space in this.
Yeah. Well, you have something in the back that's not much more than a glove box,
Yeah,
right?
that's going to be a treat. We'll show you that.
Yeah. Why don't we look in the back then, if we could?
Okay. Want me to leave this open, or?
You can close it.
Okay. I think this assembly came from some kind of a escort or something.
Probably right out of the parts bin.
Exactly. That's what they did with the 0506 too. You can recognize some things.
Now this body, the entire body is carbon fiber?
That is correct. The only steel part, there's the roll bar.
Okay.
That's incorporated in the structure, above the seats. And in fact, that's the same bar that was used in the race cars. It's engineered to be that strong.
Okay.
You can't see it, but it's,
I was going to say, is that incorporated in here in the pillar?
Yes.
And in the body, I guess?
Yep.
And these 8 pillars are pretty thick, pretty beefy, so I would imagine it's incorporated into the 8 pillars. Wow.
Like many modern cars, you really don't see a whole lot of the engine, which is kind of a shame, but there's so much stuff packaged in there. This is an EcoBoost 3.5 liter twin turbo V6. There was not enough room to put a V8 in there because of the width that would interfere with the aerodynamics. This car is quite narrow. It's narrow in the cockpit. You need to be very friendly with the person that you're driving it with, because it's like an airplane seat. An armrest, you're competing for it. But this is my wife's designated luggage area. A few rags for cleaning. There is a kit in there that has a tow hook and air compressor and some other stuff, but that is it.
I know when these came out, there were a lot of concerns about powering it with the EcoBoost V6, which those concerns pretty much went away once people started driving them and realizing how great it actually is.
I did not mention it's 660 horsepower, which you can imagine is quite powerful, quite capable. The car is in the area of 3,100 to 3,300 pounds. You see varying numbers. The silver with the cap on it, that's your oil tank. It's a dry sump system. It holds like 14 quarts of oil.
Right there, that's how you put the oil in. Okay.
That's where you put it in, right?
SAE.
Putting it in is simple. Getting it out. SAE 5W50.
Yeah, you can see it right there. I did not know that. That's cool. 660 horse, top speed of 214, 216 maybe, somewhere in there?
Yeah, this was tested at the track in Nardo, Italy at 216.
216 was it?
Yes.
Okay.
By comparison, the 06 was tested at 212.
212, okay. I didn't think the 06 was that fast. 212. I thought it was about 204, but I guess I'm wrong.
I thought it was 212, but I could be wrong.
This is really really unique the way it's designed with the opening in here. All these vents actually are usable, they're all functional.
And the one you're looking at now is basically the intercoolers
Okay.
for the inlet charge. This is the input. You can see essentially an air-to-air radiator.
Okay.
Okay. This air goes through the radiator, cools the temperature of the intake charge, and exits through the center of the tail lights, which you can see when we get around there.
Okay.
Then, believe it or not, this buttress, in addition to being an aerodynamic feature, the air goes from the turbos through the buttress and into the intake openings on the engine.
So this
So
is a true
Functional,
aero
true-
car.
Yep, yep.
And the exhaust, you said the fumes come out here?
Yeah, the exhaust from that air, which is just
Oh, from
air.
here, okay.
Okay, it has nothing. It's not combusted anyway. It's just air comes out through those.
And the exhaust
The
is right
exhaust
here.
is here. That's titanium, and it's made by a company I believe comes from Sweden, somewhere in the Nordic area. It's called Akrapovic.
Okay.
I didn't know that's what these represented until someone.
Those little
at a show-
logos?
Yeah, logos. Until someone pointed out to me and said, "Is that Akrapovic?" And he happened to be a motorcycle guy. And apparently Akrapovic is well known for exhaust systems for titanium on motorcycles.
Wow. This truly is an amazing car. It's nice to see an actual Ford GT Heritage Edition. You don't see these very often at car shows. And when you do, they're usually behind a velvet rope. They're not accessible to the public. Look at the size of these rotors.
Yeah, they're like 16 inches approximately, and they're about as big as anything that you're going to find out there on a Lambo or a Ferrari.
Yeah.
They're about as big as you can get on a street car.
This is basically a track car made for the street.
Exactly. You also notice, it's kind of interesting, I didn't know about it till I had the car, that the graphics on each side are different. You have the red on the driver's side. Even the number on this side is smaller than the number on the driver's side. And the reason for that is that, you know, in 1966, scoring was pretty much done with a pencil and a sheet.
Yeah.
Okay. And that was the side that was exposed to the people who were scoring the cars for the race. And so they made the graphics larger.
Okay.
And with the red, you could identify it as, you know, here comes a Ford GT. So I thought that was pretty cool. So it is very representative of what.
Yeah, there's a reason.
There's a reason for doing everything on the car.
There's reasons for the way it looks. Look at the front of this thing coming at you. That's impressive. And I kind of like the way that the striping is not, you know, it's not even all around. It's like asymmetric.
Right.
It's
Yep.
off on one side and not on the other.
And I don't think I could make the wing tilt up. The wing, you can stow it in the down position.
Okay.
And I put it in the up position so people can see it. It has the manual mode and automatic mode. If you put it in the automatic mode, if you go above 85 miles an hour, it will deploy.
Okay.
And then if you step on the brakes, it will swing up so it becomes an aerodynamic brake.
Yes.
As well as downforce, which is in this position. The interesting thing is there's the number 98 under the wing.
Is there?
So when he passes you,
So from behind you could see it?
when he passes you, you know who the hell he is. I
Oh,
thought
yeah.
that was pretty cool.
How about that? There it is right there.
And Miles was an outstanding driver, so he
Yes.
often passed people. You can believe that
Yes.
for sure.
I'm sure a lot of people saw that 98.
Yep.
Can you start it up for us, Bill?
Sure.
Just get an idea what this EcoBoost sounds like. It's a little tricky getting in there.
Yeah, it's not easy. And it's worse getting out.
That it is. How about rev it a little bit? Look at that. Wow. That'll take care of business. Do it again, Bill. Very nice. Very, very nice. Very, very nice.
Yeah.
Let me say, Bill, thank you very much for giving us your time for this video.
I just wanted to mention one
Yes.
thing. Again, I have an 06 with a V8 with basically straight pipes. So
Yes.
And I'm a V8 guy, so I love that sound. I was somewhat skeptical of this one. When you start it up from a dead cold start, it starts idling at 1500, and then it kind of cycles. So you hear a little bit of that throatiness.
Yes.
And it comes down to 800 to 1000, and that's where you are. When you get on it, it sounds a lot better. If you're on the road and you get on it, it sounds a lot more like the kind of sports car.
Like the car it is.
Okay, but it is not a straight pipe V8 for sure.
Well, I want to thank you for showing us your car. Thank you for giving me your time. Folks, tell me what you think of this Ford GT. Leave your comments below. Definitely you want to hear what you think of this car. Subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you, Bill.